10 News presents Democracy 2012. Your voice, your vote.
With the general election just weeks away, 10 News and the EW Scripps Company are dedicated to providing the information you need to make informed decisions. And tonight, we're talking about Prop 30, the state sales and income tax increase spearheaded by Governor Jerry Brown. Jim Groth is here on behalf of Yes on Prop 30, and Richard Ryder is representing No on the Prop 30 campaign. Jim, let me start with you. Recently, new TV ads just started running in favor of Prop 30. They talk about the money going straight to schools, can't be touched by politicians. Is that true?
That is true, and that's a very important part of Proposition 30. As Proposition 30 was being put together, we listened very carefully to what the public wants, and what the public wants is to be assured that the money is not going to stop somewhere in Sacramento, but it's going to come to schools here in San Diego and across this great state.
Kind of saw you shaking your head there a little bit, Richard.
Well, it's technically correct, but money is fungible. A dollar is a dollar. By pouring more money into education, meeting the requirements of Prop 98, it frees up money that the state would otherwise have to pay for education to be spent elsewhere. So in reality, this is money that is going to help us pay for high-speed rail. It'll help to pay for pay increases for the legislators' aides. They've been raising their pay up there recently. It can be used for pensions, which is a big problem in Sacramento. It can be used for a lot of different things. Not the dollars that are raised. The dollars we're talking about, yes, it goes into education, frees up dollars to be spent elsewhere.
You say that 50% of the funding, your side says that 50% of the funding that actually should go to education does go other places instead. What other programs are there that we could take money from if we don't pass Prop 30 that could be used for education?
Well, actually, you may be referring to the amount of money that gets to the classroom.
Exactly.
50% of the money gets to the classroom. We have the county school, there's a county board of education that budget currently is, I think, the San Diego County budget is over $600 million. What do? Not much. Certainly not $600 million worth of education. We have this huge state bureaucracy. We've got a huge federal bureaucracy. And we have many other areas in California where we spend money. We have the highest per capita prison incarceration costs by far in the nation, almost $50,000 per prisoner. $32,000 is the national average, $20,000 is the private prison average. We don't allow private prisons in California. We actually operate the prisons primarily for the prisons guards who get $100,000 salaries. There are other solutions we need to be looking at.
Jim, let me ask you another question. There are arguments about Prop 30 saying that it's more of a scare tactic by the governor and the people that are backing it right now. How do voters know that the money is not going to be wasted in Sacramento like so many other programs have?
Well, the public in California is very much aware that over the past 4 years, $20 billion has been cut to public education within California. Superintendents, school boards, education leaders, community members have looked very closely across this county and across this entire state as to how to make those cuts. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot left to cut. And what will be cut, what is coming up, and the legislature has acknowledged that, is what is called furlough days. I call them no education days, because our students will not be in school receiving the education, which should be the top quality education in the 9th largest economy in the world, and it won't be there for the students if we continue to cut, to cut, to cut.
30 seconds each on the last couple of questions here. Richard, Prop 30 indicates only the wealthiest Californians, couples making over $500,000, will be affected by this tax. Is that true?
No, there's also a sales tax included, which everybody, of course, will pay. This is, of course, going to, as far as an income tax, going to come down primarily on the wealthy. The problem that we've had trouble understanding is the wealthy won't leave the U.S., but they will leave a state. And it's very easy for the wealthy, the most mobile people in America, to arrange to have their official residence elsewhere, to live elsewhere, to not pay any California income tax. And we will be by far the highest income tax in the nation if we go through with this.
What happens if we don't pass Prop 30?
If we don't pass Prop 30, there'll be a $6 billion cut that will begin January 1st. That's a trigger. That's within the legislation that was passed in Sacramento. Within San Diego County, we will see school years shortened. We will not see the opportunities that we need to have for our students to invest in San Diego and in this great state.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. All right, we hope that you have the information you need to vote now on Prop 30. Don't forget the general election is coming up on Tuesday, November the 6th.